Welcome back to Green is Good. We're so lucky today to have Mark Cunningham on today. Mark, you are doing some great things, and you're really revolutionizing how people should be cleaning inside their home, inside their business, and especially cars. Why don't you tell us a little bit, how did you get Bays started up?
Well, great, John. Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. This is a real privilege. Kind of an interesting story, actually. We were out, had no intention of getting into the cleaning business whatsoever. Out to dinner with some personal friends, just sharing a great summer night in beautiful Southern California. And as my wife, or our wives like to tell the story, for once we were listening to their conversation or listening to them, and they started talking about how they just were really frustrated with the lack of cleaners on the market that actually did the job. And it was more of a result of we had just installed a stainless steel appliances in our kitchen, and a couple we were out with had just installed them in their kitchen. And the frustration was that, hey, we've tried 4 or 5 different cleaners out there and nothing was working. So the next day, Matt Bays, who we were having dinner with, came up and said, hey, I'd like you to meet you for breakfast tomorrow morning. I said, okay. I didn't know what that was about, but it sounded good. Anything to get out of the house on a Sunday.
Right.
And he sat down with me and he said, well, what do you think about that conversation last night? And I said, well, where are you going with this? And he said, well, there's lack of cleaners. He said, you've got a little bit of cleaning background, coming from a cleaning company that was involved in selling mops and brooms. And he said, what do you think about getting into the chemical business? And to be honest with you, both of us had no chemical background whatsoever, but we knew there was a need for this product out there. And by pure luck, Matt was involved with another friend of ours who did have a chemistry background, so we went and talked to him a little bit about it, and he said, hey, I can just lead you in the right direction, but you tell me what works and what doesn't work, and we'll go from there. So we said, well, let's just start developing a stainless steel cleaner and let's see what happens.
And this original dinner, I want to just tell our listeners, our budding entrepreneurs, and we have a lot of them that listen to the show, and also our hopeless romantics. Wasn't this on Valentine's night or something like that?
That's the truth. And like I said, thank God we were actually listening to what they were saying, because they can't accuse us of not listening this time. You know what I mean?
So that was back in 2005. And I love your company mission, and I want to read it for our listeners. Formulate and market the finest premium products that clean, shine, and protect our most valuable possessions while ensuring minimal impact on the environment without sacrificing quality. That's a great mission.
No, correct. Thanks, and we really appreciate that. And we think we live every single day, and we'll try to live every single day up to that. The real goal is, and the real frustration with formulating this was the fact that, there is some stigma out there as far as green cleaners, as far as doing the job, and that's one thing that we wanted to make sure that we brought into any product that got the Bays label on it, was the fact that it had to work as good, if not better, than its toxic counterpart. So, coming up with formulas that we felt outperformed toxic formulas, which seemed to be the norm at the time back then, was a little bit more challenging than we thought it was going to be to begin with, and we realized right away why more people weren't probably going in the green direction. But as anything you do in life, the stuff that's the best is not always the easiest to get started with. So,
but just share this, and I want you to tell the whole story, Mark. But I want, and there's a lot to get to today. But so you did this. You had this first dinner on February 14th, 2005, and now we're sitting 2009. How long did it take you to come up with the formula, raise the money? And how did you raise the money and then get these products to market? Walk us through that, because our listeners are all across the board, from consumers to also entrepreneurs and businesses. How did that work?
Right, great, yeah. Well, actually, from the initial conversation to getting the business formed, and you're talking to a guy right now who had absolutely no business background as far as what it took to start your own business. And
so there's hope for everybody out there. There's hope for everybody.
It was definitely, there's some trials and tribulations out there, so to speak, but to get the actual first product off the ground, it took us about 6 months to a year just to actually develop the formula for the stainless steel cleaner. we knew the direction we wanted to go, and we knew it had to be an oil-based formula, which is, unfortunately, oils are always equated with being toxic and harmful, but what we use in our stainless steel cleaner is a food-grade mineral oil product, so it's safe around food prep and safe around consumers. But the challenging part was able to get that to dry out to the touch, eliminate fingerprints, and bottom line, leave a lasting shine that outlasted anything out there in the competition that was on the market. And we realized why there wasn't good stainless steel cleaners out there, because it was difficult. I mean, I'll be real upfront with you. We, at the end there, we literally were down to, you've got 60 bottles lined up, and you think your eyes are playing tricks on you, and you got to come back and see what the product, what the surface looks like a week later, and all that. But we finally, got through it and said, okay, this is the formula, and now we're going to go out there and get it done. I was real fortunate, John, to be involved in the whole Southern California housing market at the time, buying in low and having back then, as you're quite aware, in 2006, 2007, the housing market was going through the roof.
Right.
So raising capital was really a result of selling the house, taking the equity I had in my home, and using that to start up the business. So
for all our entrepreneurs out there, it's sometimes smart and also appropriate to bet the house.
Exactly, and we haven't decided if the bet's paid off yet, by the way. But we're definitely happy with the direction it's going. But it's like I said, it's a lot of work and but a lot of fun, and we think we're doing a lot of good things out there. I mean, you can go on the web and see some of the press we're getting out there as far as what consumers are saying about our products, and it at the end of the day, if that's what you leave, it's fantastic, if you know what I mean.
So when did you, and by the way, for our listeners who want to access Mark's great products, it's www.bays, B-A-Y-E-S, cleaners.com, bayscleaners.com. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Mark, when did the first products come to market, and how was the launch, and how have you been trending the last 3 years since you launched?
Yeah, we actually launched at the March 2006 Houseware Show in Chicago, and we picked that venue because we knew a little bit about the houseware market from my background, and we knew some of the players that would be attending the show. Our initial thought process on this, being that it is considered a premium product, we were trying to find the Williams-Sonomas of the world, the Bed Bath & Beyond of the world, the Ace Hardware, somewhere where you would go necessarily locally or to find that specialty cleaner. And we knew all those guys would generally attended that show, so that's where we decided to launch. And we had initial just fantastic response, which was great. Stainless steel was really running rampant in all new kitchen construction. In fact, there was at the time, and I believe it's still the standard, over 95% of new home constructions were constructed with stainless steel kitchens. So there was a definite need for the product out there. We also knew that we couldn't survive off just stainless steel, so while we were formulating the stainless steel, we were also working on add-on products such as furniture polish, granite cleaner, and we actually launched a barbecue cleaner at the same time. So we went to the show with those 4 products and had some just initial impact right off the bat, which were, hey, being a newcomer, we were just overwhelmed by it. So had excellent results there, and what we found out from the show is that we really wanted to target accounts like the Ace Hardware, True Values of the world. We felt that people were eventually, they liked supporting their local neighborhood shop, the Whole Foods, the Sprouts Markets, the Bristol Farms of the world, those type of accounts. So we really put a lot of emphasis on those. And fortunately, those type of accounts were the ones going green at the same time. So it was kind of a natural fit.
Right. Got it. And so how's it gone since then? How now you have right now the Bays Premium. Well, you know what? I'm going to list the products you have. Bays Premium Stainless Steel Cleaner, the Barbecue Exterior Cleaner, the Furniture Cleaner, and the Granite Countertop. And also, we have to go to commercial in a second here, but we're also going to talk about your waterless car wash. So come on back to Green is Good with Mark Cunningham and learn about all his cleaners and hear about his waterless car wash. Green is Good.
If a little green is good, More is even better. Now, back to Green is Good with John Shigarian and Mike Brady.
Welcome back to Green is Good. We're so excited. Today we have Mark Cunningham from Bay's Cleaners on the phone with us. And Mark, you know, when we were leaving to head into commercial, we were talking about all the different cleaners you have. Stainless steel, barbecue, furniture, granite. But we're going to start with maybe your most important, because not everyone has a barbecue, but probably all of our listeners have a car. And I want you to talk about your waterless car wash and why that's so important in terms of preserving the environment and how much water is used and wasted to wash a car, and why is your waterless car wash really superior to all others that are out there?
Yeah, great. Well, thanks, John. Yeah, a really great product. You know, we were actually exposed about 2 years ago. We were at a trade show, and actually, waterless car washes have been around for some time now. They've been around for probably, from what I can gather, 12 to 15 years or so. And I guess the reason they really haven't caught on so much is because their lack of ability to really do the job complete. They've left a little bit of a haze. They were associated with the potential of scratching the paint, and there was a lot of other bad negative press out there regarding them. So we love the idea, the concept, just because here living in California, we knew that we are in a severe drought, and we're still in it. And this was now a couple years ago, and we're in it. It doesn't appear to be getting any better. And going along with our whole green portfolio, we consider water our number one precious resource. So we thought, hey, what better way to get involved and to come out with something a product that can actually save water as a cleaner. That's just almost unheard of. So we started playing around with this waterless car wash, and we were having the same frustrations as probably the 20 people who tried it before us for a good 6 months to a year. And, it's one of those classic stories, that one, Thursday afternoon, we're just, our formulator calls up after just messing around with it the day, and it was one of those 4 o'clock, come down and meet me. I got it. It's done, and it works. And
wow. We
went down and met them, and, the haze problems we were having were gone. We had already cured the scratch and the paint issue. It's a polymer-based product. What's so great about waterless car wash is made of polymer. Polymer is basically like a wax formula. And what it does is it basically emulsifies with the dirt, lifting the dirt away from the car's surface, creating a barrier between them, and then using a microfiber cloth. And you've got to use like a microfiber type towel as for the applicator and takeoff. It basically wipes clean. And not only are you getting the wash, but you're leaving a wax protected. So this is one of those products. The more you use it, the more wax you're applying to the car, and the more you're protecting the paint surface. It's just a phenomenal product. I always use the analogy, John, that if I ever go belly up in his company, I guarantee you're still going to see me out there waxing my car with the 50 gallons of Bay's waterless wash I still have left in my warehouse.
Right.
Because it really is a truly amazing thing, and if we have any problems at all, it's getting around the stigma of these cleaners not working. So the beauty of it is our repeat business off current customers is just unbelievable. And if you go on our website and read some of the comments that people make about it, and people have tried it, and like, where has this product been all your life? This is the kind of stuff that we just, it's why we got into the business in the first place. And you basically, if you're looking at washing your car, you're using between 75, maybe even up to 150 gallons of water every time you're washing your car. Well, if you're doing that 4 times a month, you're talking about 500 gallons of water going down the drain. And not only the water is the key issue, but the toxic runoff associated with, the road grime that's on your car going down the storm drain. That's probably more important than the actual water savings itself. 2 just virtual items eliminated by this product, which is, I guess, is why we're so passionate and just to watch it work and to see people, eyes light up when they try the product. It just makes you feel good.
So if we go with, I always want our listeners to have takeaways. So first of all, again, I want to give your website, www.bayes, cleaners.com, because this waterless car wash is somewhat revolutionary. And I also want the listeners to understand, I think your message, Mark, to all of our listeners, both businesses and regular general consumers, is that green cleaning does not mean you have to sacrifice quality or performance.
It's John, you hit it on the head. It's the number one message, and we fight it every day with the stigma. And I don't, whatever reason there's been a stigma, whether there was some merit to it or not, but it was out there. And we always say that if we can, I'll give you a perfect analogy. We're trying to generate a tub and tile cleaner. We've been doing it for the last 2 years now, and we have not been satisfied with the results that have come. So we just so far have not been able to launch the product. But I guarantee you, when we do, it's going to work better than any toxic cleaner out there, and it's going to be non-toxic, non-hazardous, biodegradable, and made in the USA.
Got it. Love it. So tell the listeners how it works and how long it takes to do it and all that other stuff, so they can get motivated to buy your waterless car wash, and then we'll talk about some of your other products.
Well, that's the great part about it. It's the product is, if you're washing your car on a weekly basis and you go out there on a Saturday afternoon, it should take no more than 20 minutes to do the entire car. One 16-ounce bottle, which runs right around $10, should do up to between 4 and 6 cars. That's hard to believe, but it's an amazing amount of concentrate that the product goes an awful long way. When I say concentrated, so it's mixed pre-concentrated. There's no additional mixing or anything. So really, when we say waterless, the water you're using is the 4 ounces of water involved in the product mix. But that's about it. It generally takes between 3 and 4 microfiber cloths to do the car. Those can go in the washing machine.
So you mean being green, you don't have to spend more money to be green? I thought that's what happens in this world. You could actually save money, save the environment, use a great product, support some great entrepreneurs that have bet the house. I don't know. It sounds like everyone wins here.
Yes, you see, John, we don't even have to convince your listeners. We got to convince you, too, don't we?
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. So, And you're talking about the whole process, Mark, takes about 20 minutes. And you said you can do between 4 and 6 cars for how much per container?
It's a 16-ounce bottle will run you approximately $10.
$10. Now, there is no way that you could get your car washed
and
waxed 4 to 6 times for $10.
Yeah, so read some of the responses on our website. I think you'll understand what people are saying about it, which is great.
I think you just picked up a couple of customers.
Yeah, no
right
kidding.
now, John and me.
This is unbelievable. So when did you launch this product?
It was October of 2000. What are we in now? 2009, 2007.
Okay, and how's that sold? How's that product been selling?
You know what? I'll be real upfront with you. It's been a slow process. We probably have sold more in the last 4 months than we sold in the first 15 months. So,
is it only on your website, Mark?
That's actually now the beauty of that program is actually Ace Hardware. Has just picked it up.
Great.
On a national basis, and so we are extremely excited that Ace has been the one that said, hey, we recognize what you've got here. We think this is a great product, and we want to present a green image out to our customers. So, we can't be more happy to be affiliated with such a great chain like Ace Hardware.
Well, can we expect to see your other cleaning products naturally in Ace, but conversely, can we expect to see the waterless car wash at some auto parts stores, the bigger auto parts chains?
Well, I certainly hope so, and I certainly hope some key executives are listening out there. We definitely are working with autos. We're talking to AutoZone. We're talking to some of the other large players out there in the auto field.
Good.
And they're definitely they recognize the technology. They realize that the product works. It's just a matter of getting what they feel is the right marketing approach across to make sure it gets off the shelf.
Got it. Well, that's just amazing. And I just want to say this for our listeners. Thanks to your generosity and to your partner's generosity, Matt's generosity, all listeners who are listening today who go to Mark's website, BaysCleaners.com. If you type in a promo code TWBays09, you can get a discount on all of these great products because you listen to our show and because you want to buy Mark's products. So for all our listeners, TWBays09, and you get a discount on these already efficient and wonderful cleaning products.
And that's Bays with Bayes. Okay, BaysCleaners.com.
That's right. Thank you, thank you, Mike.
And I told you 10% just for you being so nice. I'm going to kick it up to 20% too.
20%.
Wow, okay.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
So, listeners, 20%. That's an amazing offer. So now let's talk about some of your other great products that we all need to live in either our work cleaning or our home cleaning. Let's talk about your stainless steel cleaner, your barbecue furniture granite. Give us a little preview of those, and then tell us what's to come for Bays Cleaners. What's in the pipeline?
Yeah, great. Well, like I said, if you look at the general flow of all of our cleaners, they're classified as what we call specialty surface cleaners. So they're designed for that specific surface. For instance, our granite countertop cleaner is designed for the natural stone surfaces. Our furniture polish is actually designated strictly for fine, hard mahogany, good quality wood. Stainless steel, of course, goes directly on stainless steel. These formulas are just specific to these surfaces, and they're generally what have always been classified as extremely hard to clean surfaces. So that's why we focus cleaners that were just, hey, we're no jack of all trades here. This does this specific surface, and it does the job you're looking for.
So in terms of what differentiates, not only now we've talked about that you don't sacrifice quality using these products, but is the fact, are they non-toxic? So if they, why are they so different, and why are they so green?
Yeah, if you look at it, and this is an important part, I guess, for consumers to know that one is, as we stand today, that there's no regulations as far as what you need to put on your label as far as ingredients listing for cleaners. They haven't yet required cleaning companies to put ingredients on their labels. We do, because we want to be right out front with you, say, hey, here's what's on it. Here's what's in our product. If you have any problems with any of the ingredients, feel free to Google some of the ingredients, find out about them, learn about them a little bit. And the reason we do that is because we know all of our cleaners are non-toxic, non-hazardous, and biodegradable. And our stainless steel cleaner, in fact, is the only oil-based stainless steel cleaner on the market that has received the EPA recognition for their design for the environment.
Wow.
The product was actually specifically designed with the environment in mind. So just absolutely, a real attribute for the product, but to make consumers know that, hey, you're dealing with some safe products. The other thing that's really important to know is that you can call any company you want and require them to give you what's called a material safety data sheet, and just ask for an MSDS sheet. The MSDS sheet, by law, you're required to list any toxic ingredients. There's a couple sections on there for toxicity and any hazardous formulations that have to go in there. They have to be listed in specific areas that have to be clearly pointed out on the MSDS sheet. Ours, we're very proud to say, are very clean on both those points, and we're extremely proud of that. So when we put a Bays name on it, it has to be non-toxic, non-hazardous, biodegradable. And the fourth thing, all of our products are made in the USA.
Perfect. So besides Ace for the waterless car wash, are your other products available? Because we're down to the last 2 minutes, and we want to make sure all our listeners know how to access your products. Besides Ace and your website, which is www.bayscleaners, BAYES cleaners.com. Is there other retail stores that any of your products are available in yet?
Yes, Kroger has been a great supporter of ours, and Kroger actually supports the waterless wash almost across the nation. In Southern California, Ralph's stores have actually been supporting our new liquid hand soaps, which are EPA approved, and they're under the Eurospa label. Maybe we save those for a different show.
Well, yeah. Well, we're going to have you back definitely to talk about that. So you have new products in the pipeline. They all could be seen on your website. And again, Mark is so generous today that he is offering a 20% discount to anyone who goes to his website, BAYEScleaners.com, and types in TWBAYES09. You get a 20% discount on his great products, and that is so wonderful. And Mark, you and Matt are very inspirational. You bet the house to be these entrepreneurs, green entrepreneurs, and obviously you're on the road to great riches and great success. We are so appreciative. You've been inspirational, and the environment is winning because of this, and we all win because you are living proof, Mark, that green is good.